Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Handini Salsabila.
My name is Suri.
My name is Siti Julia Rahma Maulida.
My name is Anggi Nurul Amanda.
We are exchange student in Handini
From Trisakti Institute of Transportation and Logistics.
Right now we want to explain the spoilage, spillage, overbooking, and uniform pricing.
First, I will explain about the question 12. The question is, describe the weakness in uniform pricing and illustrate your answer using an appropriate grade. Okay, so the uniform pricing is the simplest pricing strategy, which means is to apply a single fare. So there is no need for revenue management. Means that the flow in this approach depending upon the level at which with the single price is pitched. Some consumer will travel on fare will below the maximum they will have been prepared for it. And in the beginning of commercial aviation, there were not really any classes because everything was premium, which meant that to fly in aircraft or to have a flight, they have to be rich, means that the flight itself is a premium. Okay, so the weakness for my group of uniform pricing is airline will not get much profit because as we know that the profit of airline gets basically or mostly from the business class and first class and not from the economic class. And for the uniform price means that all of the seats have the same price and all the consumer pay the same amount to a fare. For example, assume that this airline, or we can call it the ABC airline, operates a short-haul routes for the which maximum daily demand is 100 passenger and the max for any passenger who willing to pay for it is $250. Under the uniform price, assume that the airline changed their price to $100 and the passenger who willing to fly this route is 60 passenger, so $100 times with the 60 passenger and the result is $6,000. If the airline can utilize their aircraft, which means that they hold some of seats that have a different price, the airline can get more profit. But in this example or in this uniform price, the airline just charge the passenger all the same, means that the passenger just pay for their seat is all the same.
The graph shows that the lightly shaded area under the curve, representing total daily revenue that airline got for flight, and the darker shaded area is called consumer surplus, which means that the losses of an airline because airline cannot utilize.
So the question is, explain and elaborate about spillage, spoilage, and overbooking. And don't forget to use an appropriate graph to illustrate your answer. So I want to explain about overbooking. So what is overbooking? Overbooking is practiced by airline to combat spoilage. Since invariably some of passengers who do not show up for the flight or may miss connection, airlines books more passengers for the flight than the aircraft capacity. So there is an alternative for overbooking that the company can use. First one is standby. Standby booking is a one sold at a deep discount and that gives customer access to capacity only on a space available basis. The second one is bumping strategy. Bumping strategy is airline strategy to accommodate high fare passenger by denying the boardings to the lower passenger. The third is the replan concept. An airline that sees higher than anticipated demand will contact consumer on the same flight via internet or by phone and offer them some level of compensation to take a later flight. The fourth is last minute discount. Last minute discount is the price of airline bookings and tended to increase as departure approach. As airlines seek to exploit the fact that later booking customers tend to be less sensitive than early booking customers. The fifth is cancellation and no-show penalties. Many airlines, hotel, etc. charge or give penalties to customers who cancel or do not show. The range for these penalties is variable from 10% until 100%.
Refers to the graphic, we can conclude that the number of the actual booking or exceed the capacity of the aircraft because airlines book more passengers for the flight.
I want to describe about spillage. Spillage is occur when the demand pax is greater compared to supply seats. The airline cannot afford to manage the demand because of the lack of capacity or aircraft. This will lead to losses. This situation is also a problem because airline generally wants to hold a few seats back from sales for minutes travel who might be willing to pay higher price. Be having to fly fully booked, the airline is carrying potential loss of the revenue because cannot forecast the passenger or travel that might be willing to pay the higher prices. For the example, during a special season like Idul Fitri, Christmas, most of the airline tickets will be sold out. And this is also widely being applied in the airline marketing to describe the term blackout day. But on this particular day, it is impossible to get a cheap fare from airlines.
The graph shows that the demand or pax that willing to fly with a certain airline in certain routes is greater compared to supply or seats that being offered by that airline.
So I will explain about spoilage. Spoilage means that the supply or seat is more than demand or passenger. The difference between the capacity and the actual bookings on or empty seats on aircraft. Spoilage has two conditions. First, less booking due to higher price, hence empty seats. The example when an Airbus 380 has 500 passenger and only fill 300 passenger. So the extra 200 passenger only will become perishable. At that the time it cannot contribute to the airline. And the second, full flight booking, but pax no show. Loss of revenue occurring due to passenger who no show or cancel late on full flight.
Based on the graph, we can conclude that there is a gap between the capacity or the seats that being offered by the airline and the actual booking or empty seats.
Thank you.
Bye!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.